Hey y'all, listen, I got a crazy question for you. Where do you live? What's your address? No, I'm not coming to see you today. I may come later. But what is it? Seriously, this is the question that God is asking you. What is the address that you've given God? Did you really give God permission to be your habitation, in other words? Or are you using God the way you use a P.O. box? A P.O. box, you really don't live there. You just get your mail there every once in a while. You go and check that P.O. box maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. But that's not a place where you actually sleep. That's not a place where you actually go and eat, right? That's not a place where you go and use the restroom. It's not a place where you eat, where you cook. It's not a place where you go and you had a lot of milk and there's a lot of ice cream and you tooting and tooting freely. Pooting and tooting freely. That's not it. That's a P.O. box. But your real address, you do all that. You sleep there, you eat there, right? You cook there. If you ain't had too much dairy, got an upset stomach, you tooting and pooting and whatnot, you doing it. You scratching. In other words, you scratching, you're doing a whole lot of stuff at the real address. And God is saying, when you do not make him your main habitation, then that means you're not vulnerable with him. You're not sharing everything with him. You go to everybody else before you come to him. You trusting everybody else with your problems, with your stomach aches, with your headaches, with what's ailing you. And God is saying that if you would just make him your main address, make him your habitation, then you'll get what he says comes with it. And God said, when you make him your main habitation, that where no evil will befall you, and no what plague will come nigh your dwelling. 1,000 will fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand. God is saying what? That when you abide in him, when you make him your habitation, when you make him your true address and not a P.O. box, he said you could ask for whatever you will and it'll be given unto you. God said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. What is that shadow? The shadow is the shadow of his wings. Because he said he will cover us with his feathers, and under his wings we will trust him. But how can we have coverage when we have not made God our habitation? When he's only a P.O. box. That's what's going on. And God is saying what? Change your address. Make him priority. And watch how your life will change. Watch how it'll change. You'll find comfort in him. You'll find comfort in him. You'll find peace. Everything that you need, you'll see that God shall provide for you. It will be effortless for God to do it. It's so easy for him to rectify what's going on with you. But first, you got to abide. Make him your permanent address. Live there. I mean, really live there. Because God said, in him, we live and move and have our being. If he's only a P.O. box, then we really not living. We are really not moving. And we are really not having our being. We're not. We are not. We are not. So I ask again, where you live? What's your address, girl? Man, where you live at? Where you live at? Where you live at? Where do you live? Come on now. Because we know you ain't homeless. You're not homeless. But you ain't living under the shadow, under God's wings. God said, make him your permanent, your priority address. Okay? Make him your home, okay? And you will see that he'll make it real sweet for you. Home, sweet home. I love y'all. I hope y'all got this, and I hope you understood it. But if you didn't, rewind this thing and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply it to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the message smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. Now, y'all, let me get out of here. I got to go in Publix and pick up a few things for grocery tonight. We're going to have some gyros. I fixed some lamb shanks, okay? So we having some gyros. I think it's gyros or gyros, one of those. But I need to go in here and get that ziti sauce and need to get some cucumbers and get some dill and whatnot and some pita bread or some naan bread. Yeah. red onions. I'm saying this out loud so I remember when I go in there, but I need to go in there and get the rest of the things I need to complete dinner tonight. Okay, so let me go, y'all. I love y'all, and most of all, God loves you too. And make sure you make God your home so he can make it real sweet for you. Okay, because God said what? Oh yes, oh taste and see that the Lord is good. Okay, I'm gonna start talking. Let me stop. I'll start it up again. Let me stop. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Ciao.